It's like...
Oh! Oh! We good?
It's reflecting. Just look right there.
Shout out to rocks, huh?
Talk shit.
Hey,
Talk your shit.
what's your name?
My name is my name.
My name is also my name. What's your name over there?
Who are you?
This is gonna be a pain in the ass.
I'm random guy that I'm Rick T.
Rick T. That's with a T instead of a Y?
That's with a T instead of an E, and I live here. Oh,
We should probably tell everyone where we are.
We're at the flats.
We're at the Flats, as you just heard. Lovely place in London we like to come to every once in a while. We've been here for 6-ish years.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been since we discovered it.
we got a pro mango.
It's a nice, peaceful place, you know? Makes, I don't know, it just makes you think how nice it is to get outside every once in a while, especially with this lovely weather we're having.
Yeah.
And trains are cool too.
I feel really bad for whoever's watching because we get this beautiful landscape, but all they get is our ugly faces.
That's true.
But we'll let you guys in on some little secret sauce. You know what I mean? You know, McDonald's
Exclusive footage.
skibbity bop. The Canker Man.
But it's just funny how for years we've come to a place like this, and this is one of the few places we've been. I mean, earlier today we were also at the Ravine, like a place a block or two away from all of our neighborhood,
Yes.
and we haven't ended up here since then. But it just makes you think, why do we do this kind of stuff, you know? Why do we go out to places like this, out in nature, gaining inspiration, chilling by trains?
Yeah, well, I think we should just listen to this here train here coming. We'll answer your question in a second. How about that?
Shout out to trains and all that.
Yeah, I like trains. Trains don't like me very much.
I don't even know if you could see that. That was a really quiet train.
I think it's just louder when you're like right beside it. So, don't know how well this audio is gonna sound, but
Hopefully it's really good.
yeah. How do you like? Why do you like to go out and explore different places, huh?
I'd say right off the bat, given how a lot of us spend a lot of our times in like a room or a basement to create, you sort of, that environment gets stale after a while, I feel. I mean, there'd be times when I'm writing or editing or putting together a video for hours and I get sick of it. And it's almost like you start losing inspiration after a while. And I feel like coming out to a place like this is just a huge boost to your like mood, boost to inspiration. It clears your mind up, especially. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Coming out, being out in nature, on our hippie shit, because apparently this is hippie. Not cool to do. To be outside, whatever that means. But I feel like there's a lot of merit in coming out and chilling by a nice nature, you know? Throwing rocks in the water.
Yeah, I think it just like it relieves the stress of like working hard, you know, like when you're working on something, like maybe not creatively, but if you're just working on something that's kind of like not fun, it's just like nice to be outside, and especially by water. I find water is like the most soothing thing you can like be around.
It's calming.
Why do you like being outside and stuff?
No, I like to get in touch with, nature and shit. Get back in touch with your roots. That's why I think water's a very common thing to people, because like it's like the furthest you can go back in like human evolution. It's like just getting more in touch with your primitive side. You know what I mean? Just more simple thinking. Yeah, relieves the stress.
And I think it's just like fresh air as well. It's just like being inside is just like, I don't know, it's stressful on the mind, but it's also stressful on the body. I find like
Spending too much time.
yeah, like a dusty enclosed space, like where you always have something above your head. I love just like looking up and not having anything above my head. It just feels so much more freeing.
Shows how limitless really things are. But I mean, I feel like we're all naturally, whether or not we realize it, drawn to being outside. And it all comes from us evolving, like a huge part of it anyway.
Yeah.
All of our ancestors were outside beings. Before we had technology, before we had things that drew us inside to keep us inside. Like, nowadays, the internet, laptops,
Yeah.
that is quote unquote what connects you with the world around you nowadays.
Exactly.
So you want to stay in front of that screen and looking at that screen to see the outside world. But how does that compare to like actually being in the outside world, being connected with real things like this, I guess? Doesn't.
I have a question for you. What is your favorite thing to see in nature? Is it like an animal or a tree or water? Or like what do you find the most interesting and relaxing, I guess?
That's actually funny because when you said water, I like completely agreed. I always found it really relaxing to be around water, and that ravine place we were at earlier today, which we have filmed a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
earlier on the day doing that. Something about water in general, I just feel like we're drawn to it, and we're really lucky to live in a city that a river runs through, even though it's a dirty ass river. We were literally saying this too, like half an hour ago or something before we came here, just like how much different this city would be if you could actually swim in that water.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate that our river got so filthy, but at the same time, it's still just a nice calming thing to be around and look at. Just pretend that it's clean.
I would agree with you. I love water, but I think something for me that I love the most is just a blue sky and clouds. I love just like watching the clouds pass by and seeing the different shapes. I remember like in elementary school, I would just like lie down at recess and just like look at the clouds and like be like, oh, that one looks like an elephant or whatever. I think it's just like, it's also like it inspires creativity because like you find things inside them that not necessarily other people would find. What about you?
It's just like exercising your mind, finding different inspirations outside, like really through anything. Fucking, I like seeing me a nice raccoon or something. Yeah, outside's.
We should probably explain who this stranger is. This is Ado Richte.
Old gnarly.
He's also
Jerry, Larry, Lartard.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of things.
He's got a lot of names, but it's not about his name. It's about what he stands for. And he stands for. What do you stand for?
Man, it's all about the bees and the earth and fucking respecting one another, positiveness and taking your vitamins.
Yeah.
You heard it here
fucking
first, kids.
drinking some nice kratom. Smoke a little pot, not too much. If that's your thing, go for it. But I wouldn't encourage that. But fucking, stick with the classics, boys and girls. Fuck all the nonsense bullshit, clout shit. Now, you take Xannies, you got clout. Fuck that. Just do normal shit. But also think outside the box.
And what do you like to do? You an artist? Who are you?
Yes, I like to
Shout out to Geese.
Yeah, Geese.
gooses.
Gooses.
Yeah, I like to. I'm a visual artist of sorts, and recently got into a little bit of video editing, and I make the occasional beat. Yeah, I'm just I like expressionism of all kinds.
That's gonna be loud. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You heard it here first, kids.
We're all about expressing ourselves, being creative, being inclusive. If you're an exclusive person, you're limiting yourself. Yeah, you're excluding yourself from other experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's basically putting yourself in a glass ceiling almost, putting yourself in a box. You can't really think outside that box if you're excluding others from it.
Okay, think of it this way. And this is something we've been saying a lot lately, how the more and more we all get into art and creation and music and all these scenes we're starting to like dive headfirst into, you notice how much of it there is in our city, and our city's not exclusive to that. I feel like most cities have this, but it's that feeling of wanting to do it all yourself, I've noticed.
Yeah.
There's not enough teamwork with enough creation these days. Everyone really feels like they're in it for themselves, and rather than wanting to support someone who's also into what you're doing, there's honestly that immediate just like instinct of wanting to outdo them or want to put them down. That's where all these beefs come from and all these shitty things, I guess. Rather than downbringing, I feel like in our city alone, like how much stronger it all could be and how much more of a scene there could be if everyone actually worked together and had this team effort of putting people up, and you know what I mean?
I feel you.
It takes a team to do anything like that.
Exactly. Like I'm all about like pushing each other to like over what has already been done. I'm all about like competitiveness, but when it comes to just closing yourself off from other people, it doesn't really make that much sense if you think about it like from a standpoint of like trying to succeed, because we succeed in others. We, you know, like we're better together almost.
Yeah, you know, it's I think a lot of people just have like a false perception on like what it takes to be successful, especially in like fucking something like music or something, because a lot of those, it's like you see one face to it, but you have no idea that there's actually like a huge team of like to anything. Any successful artist, musician, anything, there's a huge team that goes into it. Like it's not like this artist is like making all of his music videos by himself, all his merch by himself. Like no, it's a huge team. But people have this idea that it's like, if I want to be successful, I gotta make it all about me and fuck working with someone else, because like I gotta
Cool. It's almost like people like that are the face of a franchise a lot. Exactly. Or like the voice of the music industry, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know, thinking like our own little collective we're bringing up here, EVCT, how we touch into a lot of different expressive like categories already. Mm-hmm. Do you think you alone, Logan, could like make 20 paintings, make an entire album, produce it, distribute it, and then go on tour all by yourself?
Fuck no.
Simple answer. Right there.
No.
It is all about the team though, and it's bringing people up to actually make these wild dreams that all of us really have inside of us possible.
Yeah. It's like one person may have the vision in what they want to actually have done, but no one person is going to have the expertise to make that happen. No one person is going to be like the musician, the manager, the artwork, like no one person can do that. They can have the vision and facilitate what their idea is through other people, but you really need those other people. You need those team members to like achieve what you're trying to do.
You need to make like, and it takes time too, making deep connections and building trust with all these people, and then basically almost like morphing all your visions together to make this one true actual thing come into fruition, I guess. I don't know, maybe we're just on some positive shit because we're out in nature, but
yeah,
the positive vibe.
I love this nature scene.
The water.
But I think that's kind of what we're trying to do with our EVCT brand, is bring people together in a space where they're able to express themselves creatively, no matter what kind of vision they have or no matter what kind of like capacity they have. Like they may be an artist, but they want to make a music video and they have no idea how to, right? Like I feel like
bring people together, you can like, it's like if you bring a community together like that, when someone has a problem like that, now you know where to look. It's like now it's like when there's artists that are trying to do stuff like that, it's like it can be really hard to like if you don't know that many people that are into like arts and stuff, it's hard to like find someone that can work with you to do that, because like but it's the thing, like you have to build community so people are able to like strive and like, you know, use each other for like, you know, productive ways.
I think art expands with community.
It does.
And I think community itself can broaden your own inspirations and make your own like dreams come truer, I guess. But I guess think of it this way: if say you're a musician, you just made a new song and you want a video made for it, but you have no idea how to do it. You can make like a deep connection with a friend, build up trust, blah, 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 who's really good at that stuff.
Yeah.
He'll teach you things and then you can teach him things back. It's almost like rather than this exchange of currency, you're exchanging your knowledge with each other. And this guy who's always wanted to start making music but didn't know how, now has like an idea of how to start producing or writing. And then you who wanted to make videos have learned like the basics of a program like After Effects or something like that.
I think
Outlets. Just like keep like giving people outlets, you know. You have to like, yeah, there has to be like you said, like there has to be an exchange of knowledge or talents, which like, you know, which way like both parties can benefit from it, you know.
what I was like, going back on what you guys said, like it's almost like a ripple effect. Like one person can teach many other people something, right? And then those people can teach other people too. It's kind of like a succession almost. And if you have a network where you have, let's say you start with 4 talents, one person like music, video, I don't know, painting, and then like fashion or something like that. You have those 4 aspects. One person teaches all of them, like they all teach each other something, so they're kind of like aware about everything. And then when 2 people come to the like one person, those 2 people now are expanded by that person, like, and they can expand that knowledge even further. And I think a network like that, I feel like that's kind of what's needed now, and especially in our town, I feel.
Yeah, that's like I find that like a really productive, like, process when a bunch of people are like, they're really strong in one area, but like they can also like at least have like a basic know-how on something else, but like their friend like is like, you know, stronger at that, like, so then like you know, it's just easier to like build a vision when you at least like, when even if one person's stronger at like, you know, say making videos, if the person that has an idea for the video can at least have basic ideas about it, it's way easier. It's like, you know, you get closer to the vision like of what they actually want.
Well, I think that was pretty deep what we were talking about, guys. Do you have anything else to say?
Drink water, go on nature walks every once in a while. Screw what people say about it being hippie. That's a taboo word.
Yeah.
I just like being natural, you know? Gain more inspiration from being out in nature where things really were created naturally, I guess.
Ideas flow better.
You're like away from the noise of cities, even though very far off in the distance you can hear cars driving right now. There's like the silhouette of downtown you can see from here, but like it feels like we're a whole country away from all of that right now, even though we're like 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. So drink water. That's the point.
Keep your mind clear.
You dig?
What do you...
Positiveness, you know? It's good shit, you know? Fuck that pessimistic shit, you know? Fuck, you know? Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Things. Do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing. Coexist creatively. Evoke various creative talents in your own way. All right.
And that's that.
Thank you, guys.
Been a nice little discussion. Yep.